Food wastage. A food wastage, food loss, and waste is food that is not eaten. The causes of food waste or loss are numerous and occur throughout the food system during production, processing, distribution, retail, and food service sales and consumption. Overall, about one third of the world's food is thrown away. A similar amount is lost on top of that by feeding human edible food to form effect west and estimated a 2020 meta-analysis that did not include food loss during production by the United Nations Environment Programme found that food waste was a challenge in all countries at all levels of economic development. The analysis estimated that global food waste was 931 million tons of food waste kg per across 61% from household, 26% of food waste. Food loss and waste is a major part of the impact of agriculture on climate change amounts to 3.3 billion tons emissions annually. Use of machinery in harvesting can cause losses as harvesters may be unable to discern between ripe and immature crops or collect only part of a crop. Economic factors such as regulations and standards for quality and appearance also cause food waste. Farmers often harvest selectively via field gleaning, preferring to not waste crops not to standards in the field where they can still be used as fertilizer or animal feed since they would otherwise be discarded later. This method of removing undesirable produce from harvest, collection, distribution sites, and grocery stores is called a culling. However, usually when culling occurs at the production, the food processing, retail, and consumption stages, it is to remove or dispose of produce with a strange or imperfect appearance rather than it's spoiled or unsafe to eat. In urban areas, fruit and trees often go unharvested because people either not realize that the fruit is a edible contaminated deposit which shows that urban fruit is safe to consume and other environmental issues such as land use, water use and loss of biodiversity. Prevention of food waste is the highest priority, and when prevention is not possible, the food waste hierarchy and ranks of food waste treatment options from preferred to least preferred based on their negative environmental impact. Reuse pathways of surplus food intended for human consumption, such as food donation, is the next best strategy after prevention, followed by animal feed, recycling of nutrients and energy, followed by the at least preferred option, landfill, which is a major source of the greenhouse gas methane. Other considerations include unclaimed phosphorus in food waste, leading to further phosphate mining. Moreover, reducing food waste in all parts of the food system is an important part of reducing the environmental impact of agriculture by reducing the total amount of water, land, and other resources used. The Sustainable Development Goal target seeks to have global per capita food waste at the retail and consumer levels and reduce food losses along production and supply chains, including post-harvest losses by 2030 occurs at all food supply chain, production, processing, sales and consumption. Definitions of what constitutes food loss, whereas food waste or when parts of food inedible parts exit the food supply chain are considered lost or wasted vary. Terms are often defined on a situational basis is the case more generally with definitions of waste. Professional bodies including international organizations, state governments and secretariats may use their own definitions. Productions in the United States food loss can occur at most stages of the food industry and in significant amounts. In subsistence agriculture, the amounts of food loss are unknown, but are likely to be insignificant by comparison due to the limited stages at which loss can occur, and given that the food grown for projected need as opposed to a global marketplace demand, on-farm losses in storage in developing countries, particularly in African countries, can be high, although the exact nature of such losses is much debated. In the food industry of the United States, the food supply of which is the most diverse and abundant of any country in the world, loss occurs from the beginning of food production chain. Thank you.